Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been a while, I know, but with 4 Pro being out, I've been playing, I've been bumping around. I spent last week in Pyro, which really isn't as bad as everybody says it is, honestly. If you avoid the major ganking hotspots, it's not that bad. But, anyways, point aside, I have had lots of questions because I spent almost all last week mining in Pyro, and it was amazing. It was a great time. You had to keep your head on a swivel. I never got successfully griefed or pirated. Came close a couple of times, but I was able to avoid it with some fancy flying and or fighting back. Anyways, to that point, I have had a number of people ask me, because apparently the way that I do stuff, even though I try to explain it, I don't know, maybe it's just different ways I kind of see it. But long story short, I'm going to try to show you today like my general process that I've kind of developed with mining, just so that way there, specifically mole mining, which it's very similar to prospector mining, just, you don't have to get in and out of your seat. And you probably have to skip a step in terms of figuring out the size of your rock. So if you know how to find the size of your rock from the mole seat, pilot seat, leave a comment down below. And if you do like content like this, be sure to follow. I'm also Dragon Sword Gaming on Twitch too. So you can add that to your list of things to watch, because I am bouncing back and forth between lives between YouTube and Twitch. Anyways, without further ado, let's go to the mole and let's get in and get out to the Iron Belt. I'm not going to do Pyro to show you guys just because it's easier and I don't have to worry about keeping my head on a swivel. We'll go to the Iron Belt and I'll walk you through my process. Okay, so first of all, obviously, we're going to call on the mole. That's kind of necessary. I mean, I do have the access to the prospector, but if I'm going to mine, I'm going to mine with the mole so you hold more. And once this allocates, once I see the little sign or the little symbol, there we go. Just down here. I rarely wait for this to show up because this quite often doesn't show up, but I wait for this. There we are. See? Medium large hangar. There we go. So basically, there are a couple of things you're going to need to know. And I use my sticks, so I'm just going to try to find them for you with mouse and keyboard. So first thing you need to know, obviously, is you need to know how to switch to your scanning mode, right? That's going to be the big thing. Toggle scanning via operator mode. You're going to want to make sure you have that. I use mouse and key, or I use my sticks, so that is going to be something you're going to have to, whether you have it set to whatever. You obviously, I haven't had much luck when I quote switch to mining mode as I get close to the rocks, so that's kind of irrelevant because it used to show up on the pilot seat, the whole mining mode thing. You got close. I haven't had any luck with it yet. So with the mole, this is where the prospector has over mole, because the prospector will show up and you're all good. You don't have to scan it, so to speak. You just get close to it and scan it. But when you're using the mole, you have to go in your scanning operator mode and make sure you have your MFD set for scan, and then look for something else, which will show you when you get there. And yeah, and then other than that, you got to obviously know how to switch back to like your gun mode and that, because there is something else that I do too to make sure that my rocks scan, which I'll show that as well. But anyways, when I get out to the belt, I'll show you. It gave me a large hanger, but that's okay. Now, to set up your mole, if you want like a kind of a detailed loadout of how I set my mole up, leave a comment down below, let me know. And I'm still going to tweak it a little bit too, but I have a Helix head with 2 Rager C2s and XTR XL on it. Why Rager C2s? Because I just haven't gotten out to Hurl L2 to get Rager C3s. I have 1 Hofstede head with a Rager C2 and an XTR XL. And I have another Hofstede head. Now, when I was looking through Urkel, the Lancet heads are now somewhat viable again. So, given half the chance, I was going to play with that. But I don't know. We'll see as time goes if that makes it viable, because they have more power than the Hofstede heads, but they don't cut resistance. So I don't know if it's got. I'll have to do some trial and error with that. If you'd like to see a video on that, I can definitely give that a shot too. And The other question a lot of people ask is, why the mole? Why not the prospector? Well, the mole, you got size 2 mining heads, so they're stronger. You got 96 SU's cargo space. And if, you could have 3 different setups potentially, or have 3 friends help you mine, and you can break big rocks and everybody makes bank. Plain and simple. Systems activated. Systems on. Anyways, we're gonna, seeing as they took away our Stanton marker for 4.0, we're just gonna do our crew L1 jump out to get to band 5. And again, if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask me. I can definitely pass along information and website referrals that I know I use, but that you could definitely use. We have to make sure we have power to our mining heads, because if you don't have power to your mining heads, particularly all points to it, you won't be able to use them. And let's just make sure, Let's change it, because the mole used to never be able to. I know I've always just by default started off with VTOL. When I take off, just because the mole traditionally never had enough vertical takeoff to get out on your own. But obviously that's a different story now. We're in scanning mode anyways. So like I said, key things you have to know your keybinds to get into your scanning mode. Know how to adjust your ping angle up and down, which I'll show you real quick while we're doing that. Controls, I have to watch my distance. But it is vehicles scanning as well. You need to know how to adjust your scanning angle up and down as well, because that's important, and know how to activate it. We're somewhere around band 5, not quite precisely around there. I think I dropped out because it's about 14,292,000, give or take. But this should suit our purpose. So here we are out in the belt, not quite band 5, but definitely not too far from it. So this will, for illustration purposes, suit what we're looking to do. Right? So first of all, I pull up my mining, my scanner. And first thing I do, see how this little watch here, I decrease my ping angle, increase it. So this way here, this is 360 degrees of your ship, 180, 90, like 25, 11, and then like 1 degree. So you kind of want to operate, for me, about 180 degrees. So that way there, it's whatever's in front of your ship you're looking at. And all we do is we fire off our ping with whatever your keybind might be. Fire off our ping, and then look at all of these different signals. Now, there's probably a signal nearby because they're not populating with anything. So there we go. So you see up here, that will donate how many rocks it is, or what type of rock it is. And long story short, if it is a multiple of 2,000, is debris field. If it's anywhere between, like, what is it, like, I think 16 something and 1970 or something to that effect. I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head because there's charts I work from. That donates what type of rock it is. So we are just going to, let's see here. 1750. Let's see if there's anything that's worthwhile. No, there's one like right here. That's why can't see diddly scanner wise. Okay, so we have 6,000. That's a 3-piece debris field. 1,800 and 7720. So that's 7720. That's going to be a big deposit. So we're going to switch to our nav mode. Cover the distance. Now, what you want to do is you want to keep pinging. So now, the narrower your ping angle, the longer out you can get information. We're not worried about going far out because we just want to get close. Just keep pinging every so often. Watch for your rocks. and switch back to your SCM mode. Okay. Supposed to be a big deposit here, but I guess not. Oh, there they are. Maybe. That might be them. That might be them there. Maybe. Oh, yeah, these are panels. Okay, so they got it mixed up a little bit. That's okay. Oh, there we are. There's my rock I was looking for. Yeah, so the panels. So as you can see, sometimes if they have overlapping signals, you have trouble. But you see now here, there. Now we got our rock. So what I always do is I give her a few shots with the repeaters first, switch back to my scanning mode, and hold my scanning button. With my MFD in the scanning mode, you hit cargo, and then you have the makeup of it. Now, this method here, this is where I say the prospector is superior to the mole in that aspect, because if you have your mining arm out, it'll just start scanning and picking it all up. When you're in the pilot seat, mining mode doesn't do anything that I've been able to figure out, but we have iron, inert, and bexlite. So it has, you see you have position 2, 1, and 3. Well, this generally is, like, they don't have any specific donation, but here you can see 31% inert, 44% iron, and 23% bexlite. So as long as that's a desirable size, we'll work with that. Now, let's just try switching to mining mode. The HUD does not come up, and I don't think it scans at all either. So that's where the mole is at a bit of a disadvantage. But the other thing you got to worry about with your mole is your distancing. So here's my little trick. I ping, especially with being in 4.0. You see how it says the type. Asteroid S-type, and it's got distance. So depending on your mining head, you want to position yourself so that the silhouette of it is just on the edge of your thing and about 60-ish meters away. Maybe a little further back, 65, 70. Then again, you want to come up here. If you haven't done so already, make sure, come on, you got all power to your mining heads. I don't know why. Because if you don't have all 3 points powered to your mining heads, you're not going to be able to do anything. And that's it. That's how I find my rocks. Let's see now. Before we kind of wrap this up, let's see if this is worthwhile. So this is where the prospector, you can see it all from the seat, bring up your thing, and it's all right there. But with the mole, you got to think of it as a mining platform, right? So which is why positioning is key. And then if you're going to use your side turrets, let's turn this on. You got to position yourself accordingly, right? But you see now here, now that we're in the rock, in the mining seat itself, you got your weight, you got the resistance, instability, how many SCU the rock actually takes up amongst all of this, so you'll have a rough idea of what you should grab. The exact makeup of the rock, like here they give you a easy, moderate, challenging, impossible. I have had rocks that have said easy, and I haven't been able to break. It doesn't matter whether I hit it with the Helix, it doesn't matter whether I hit it with the Hofstede. I've had other rocks that say impossible at like 30k, and I can break them. So it all depends on whether it's the makeup of it itself determines how easy rocks are to break as well sometimes. So just bear all that in mind. Like I said, I've had people ask me how I've gotten to be a little bit effective or efficient in my methods. And so if you have any questions at all, feel free to leave a comment down below and ask any questions. Give me a like and a follow. And I'm going to include my Twitch link in there as well, because I'm going to, I think, I'll try buying a month of Stream Ops Ultra to try to multi-stream on both. but I don't know how that's going to work. But anyways, thank you very much, everybody, for watching this video. This is how you find your rocks, how to figure it out. Obviously, after this, you're gonna want to take it, refine it, and then do the cargo hauling. But I've done enough videos to that to beat that into the ground, so I'm not going to go through that. But this is just how to find the rocks, how to scan it in 4.0, and I could tell you, in Pyro, it is viable. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, thank you very much, everybody, and I'll see you next time.